Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. Just yesterday I made a video on this. And I like this shape so much, I thought, how would it look if it was going through this shape? So let me move this out of the way. It came out. I'm really excited about it. I don't think you'll ever draw this, but might give you an idea or two. So we're going to take this shape. And I'm going to do exactly, and if you'll take a screenshot of that right there, that's what you need. I'm going to take and Control D while holding down the Shift key. I'm going to grow that in from the inside. Now that's actually a little bit small, so I'm going to grow it back out, holding down the Shift key. And I'm going to hit P and put it in the center of the page, which it already is. And I might lower it a little bit, so I'm going to change my nudge factor like 0.02 and grab that center one. I find it easier to nudge things down than to move them by hand. Now I want to put a little arch right here. So we're going to take the 3-point curve line and we're going to go from about right there to right there, and I'm just going to put a little arch. Now I want them the same, so I'm going to Control D and then mirror it, and then I can put that node right there on top of that other node. Now I need a separation line between these two. I just don't really have to have that, but I want that. Now I'm going to group that together. Now I do have it in the center of the page, but I'm going to bring it up, and I'm going to draw two ellipses. Control D, well, really three ellipses to make two paths. And I could do more paths than the two. I'm going to move this down just a hair so it's kind of going more in the center. And I'll erase the one that's going to show you what to do. But if you can imagine that this is going behind, in front of this one, so we're going to take our virtual segment delete key, holding down the Alt key, and we're going to, well, I made one error. We need a stopping point, so I'm going to Control D, alternate C, and I'm going to rotate it at -45 degrees. And you could go more, you could have less fakes, but see, this gives me a stopping point with my virtual segment delete key. So I'm going to take my Alt key, and see, that's making it stop. Got one little tidbit there. And I actually, no, I want that there. So I'm going to take out that little nib right there because I want that kind of going behind it. So all this will be one color. So I'm going to take, I don't know what happened there. I'm going to hit F4 on the keyboard to bring it back. I evidently hit something. And I'm going to take my virtual segment delete key, holding down the Alt key, and take away that. We're really done on the, to me, the hard part. I'm going to use some Smart Fill tool. You know what? I like that gold. And I'm just going to go gold. You know what? I'm going to go gold, gold, gold. Now I'm going to take this big one, which is connected, and I'm going to go interactive fill tool, and I'm going to put a little darkness in here. And then from here on, you can do almost anything. So I need to make this kind of, I'm going to make it dark going back up. It's almost like it's going behind there. And you don't really have to do too much of these other parts because they are separated, but might as well. So we're going to make them go, let's go light and then light, just to give them a little difference. Now, I'm going to take the Smart Fill. If I should have grouped everything together. And you know what? It'll be an easy fix. I'm going to set my nudge factor on like 10 inches. And I'm going to go ahead and nudge this out of the way, my four parts, because now I'm going to nudge them a little bit further. I'm going to group these together. That'll help me get rid of my lines. And I'm going to nudge these back. Now all I have to do is take my Smart Fill tool and fill in these two lines. Well, I must have jiggled something because my line's not right. So let me move them back. Yeah, that line I must have jiggled. See, I just jiggled it a little bit. So I'm going to just take and grab those two. Then I'm going to group that together. And now I'm going to fill in my circle. And I could use any color. I think I used blue and, you know what, let's use red. And let's use blue. Now I'm going to make them look like they're going behind there. So I'm going to take my interactive fill tool, which is, I very seldom ever use is G. Now see, I'm on the red, but I'm actually on the blue. It's the last one you touched. So we're actually making, and then I can click on the red and make it black. Now I'm going to put a little pizzazz on it. Let me move this down. And I'm going to take some white and put it like right there. And here's another, something I didn't think of before that I should have done on this one. I want that red to kind of look like that. So I'm going to get the attribute eyedropper, take a sample, and see now I made it blue. But then all I have to do is change the colors to red. I need to click on that one. It's always going to be the last thing you touch that you go back to. And you don't really have to have those white lines per se perfectly lined up because it's two different things, but we'll try to line them up a little bit. And I hope you see where I'm going now. Now I'm going to nudge that out of the way and nudge that out of the way. And I'm going to grab all this and I'm going to nudge it pretty far away. Now I'm going to nudge this back, and because we're working the center of the page, I'm going to go ahead and Control G, Control D, Alternate C. It's going to make it rotate from the center and rotate that 45 degrees. And look at that. It makes it look like it's going behind those shapes that I made yesterday. I think I maybe like this one better because I got darkness down here. But anyway, if you want to take a screenshot of that right there and just give it a shot or something like that in the future, hope that helped. Thank you for watching.